English shorthand 80 words per minute. English Shorthand Magazine, Volume 11, Practice number 10. Please get ready, start. In the summer of 2011, a junior minister's advice carried the way. Set the terrier thee to tame the watchdog, he told his senior at an emergency government meeting. The watchdog was the media, the Commonwealth Games, the Adarsh housing, and the 2G scams had already hit the headlines, and the government was reeling under the impact. In October 2011, a retired Supreme Court judge, Markande Kadju, was appointed chairman of the press council. He hit the ground running, called journalist ignorant and the media unreliable, and worse. The current attack on the media started around then. Kadju persistently sought to drum up a debate on media ethics while making a pitch for more powers for the press council, including powers to block government advertising, to punish erring media. Even as central ministers also tried to fan the debate, the government quietly moved forward with a slew of measures which cumulatively pose as grave as threat to the country's free media as the infamous muzzling of the press during the emergency. The moves coincided with the media exposing a series of scams, and given the dangerous combination of corruption, crony capitalism, and misrule going from being active to activist, at a certain level, the retribution was swift. Hardly a month goes by without the government ministry or department, both at the center and in the states, threatening us and other newspapers with stoppage of advertisement because of reports that are less than flattering to the powers that be, considering that government advertising comes from taxpayer money. This is blatant abuse of public funds. It is because of the size of the newspaper it may be able to absorb the loss of advertising and withstand the pressures. But what about smaller publications? They are left with the little opinion to fall in line. At another level, measures were being readied to structurally weaken the free media and weaken its business model. A new phrase currently in favor is content regulation, a euphemism for control of news. Overlaying this are calls for a hard-edged content, regular, as well as the I and B ministries talk of a techno-commercial regulator. Then there are tax squeezes like the recent notice TV broadcasters to pay TDS on the 15% trade discount they give to advertising agencies a step unprecedented in these decades. Meantime, Troy, so far a regulator that has dealt with telecom issues and failed at simple tasks like curbing pesky calls from telemarketers, has muzzled into media regulation by raking up old settled issues. Check out this one, an old law ignored for years has been dusted out of the No.10 Sarkari shelves. According to it, TV channels cannot carry more than 10 minutes of paid advertising per clock hour. Earlier, this 10 minutes cap per hour cloud be adjusted across the day in India. Hyper competitive 800 plus TV channels business. This will spell death for news channels that survive on large volumes of cheap advertising unless, of course, they turn to some fat cat corporate interests for sustenance and lose their independence forever.